afternoon and welcome. This conversation brings together independent electronic artists working across different cultural, economic, and geographic contexts to reflect on how sustainable practices are built, tested, and often improvised. Grounded in lived experience, it looks at community, touring, production, and self organization while speaking candidly about access, borders, and burnout. This session is part of B-Side, a Serendipity Arts initiative launched in 2022, centered on independent music and contemporary cultural currents, creating space for conversations around music making, DJing, research, and collaboration, with a focus on emerging artists from across South Asia. This conversation will be moderated by Zainab Vani, with Cloudy Koo, DJ PGZ, and Nessa Azadika. Please join me in welcoming the panel.
Hello. Hi. Hi, everyone. My name is Zainab Wani. I am very happy to be here today. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I'm here today with some legends from all around the world. Let's have a round of applause for everyone here, please. So this is honestly my first time moderating a panel, so please be patient with me and all of us here. We come from different cultures and different languages, and we would like to keep a very slow pace and make sure everyone is comfortable. We'll be talking about a few things over the course of the next hour and a half, and then at the very end of our session, we'll open it up for questions, so you guys can all talk to the artists here. Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to this talk. Today we're just going to talk about sustainable practices across different cultures, economic and geographic contexts, and through community building, touring and production, and self-organization. And I think that's, can everybody hear me properly? Do I need to be louder? No? Good? Okay. So I would encourage all of you to be honest and reflective and conversational, and then also like approach this from a personal perspective rather than like a generic one. So please share your own experiences and your stories with us. That's what we're all here for. I'd like to start off with like a round of introductions and share a little bit of context with the people that are here today. So we can start off with Nessa Azadika. Can you take us through your journey as an electronic artist, where you started and how your practice looks today?
Is what?
I think it's working. It looks like it's on. Oh shit, no. Yeah, now we're good.
Yeah?
Can you?
I think.
Yeah,
yours-
yeah, good. Yeah, good.
Hello everyone. I'm Nessa Azadika, DJ and music producer. Also musician from Iran, Tehran. Yeah. And first, I want to apologize because I'm not good in English, because my first language is Farsi, and I'm learning French now. So the English and French is opposite of language together. Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Tell us
now-
a little about yourself and your music, where it
Okay.
began, what do you do?
So I'm starting as a DJ in 2000, and after 2 years, I'm starting to learn how to work with music software like Reason, Pro Tools, and Ableton Live. Now I'm working as a producer with some record labels. Also, I have my own record labels, 2 record labels. One of is only for Flint artists, Another one is for techno music. I'm trying to involve Iranian artists and international artists in the label. Also, I'm founder of a music platform in Iran. Name is Deep House Tehran. It's like 12 years I have this platform. We share news about electronic music. Also, we have weekly podcast. Name is Tehran Night, and review album, everything about the electronic music around the world in English and Farsi. Because when I start working in electronic music, I need to know about what that VST working, what device is new, and need to know about these kind of things in my own language. So I'm starting Deep House Tehran with another my friends. One of them is working. He's working as an editor, and he translate the news and everything from English to Farsi. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Cloudy, can you take us through your journey as an electronic artist, where you started and what your practice looks like today?
Hello everyone, I'm Cloudy. I'm from Taiwan and I'm based in Melbourne. And I'm a DJ producer. I also run 2 labels. One is called Her, Ta, and Speed, and Sudu. So these 2 music platforms, I running event series and mixtape series. And I only done one publish, but that might be, I will leave it in the future. So now only mainly running events. And my practice is DJ, so I started in Taipei, and after I moved to Nan, I continued to do the DJ work. And I also a producer. I make music, and I also do like sound designs. And I also have another alias name called Su Zhen Bai. So I have 2 names for producing. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
There will be more questions, I promise. DJ PGZ, how are you? And can you please take us through your journey as an electronic artist, where you started and how your practice looks today?
Yeah. Hey everyone, my name's DJ PGZ, also Paul. Before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge the lands we're on today, the indigenous people of Goa, and also acknowledge anyone from Goa in the room as well. Also, I'm from the lands of the Wurundjeri people on the Kulin Nations. Not from there, that's where I'm based out of. And I'm a Gunnar Kerner and Yordi Autumn person, and that's kind of where my story started with electronic music. Going to nightclubs and, seeing what the scene had there and all that kind of stuff. And I think that kind of shaped how I participate in dance music, I guess, today is the community I come from. So, I'm a DJ, radio presenter, run parties, and I produce music as well under DJ PGZ.
Okay.
And the parties I run under the name Ecstatic Mob.
Ecstatic Mob.
Yeah.
Okay, sick. Nice. Thank you. I just wanted to talk a little bit about independence before we move on to talking about sustainability. So I know all of us here are independent, and I would like to hear what that means to you, creatively, financially, or structurally. So, Nessa, what does independence mean to you right now?
For me, because in Iran, when I'm starting working as the female DJs,
Must have been hard.
yeah, I was only one.
I'm
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
In 2000. Thank you. So I have to learn my own way. I learned DJ how to learn as a female DJ how to use the software, and I'm start searching on the internet, and no one wants to talk about this subject with me because you know,
Haram.
in Iran, no, not haram. In Iran, men is first.
Of course, yeah. No patriarchy. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's what I meant.
Yeah. So that's why none of my men's friends didn't want to involve me in the electronic music scene because it's not okay for them if a woman wants to learn how to DJ, how to work as a electronic music producer. So for me, I'm just me and learning how to manage myself. And that's meaning for me, independent is myself, only myself, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you. Cloudy, what does independence mean to you creatively, financially, structurally, or anything really?
I feel like the story you were just sharing was really amazing. I totally feel you because as a female minority person and working in the music industry, that's a lot of challenging. And also, sometimes if you want to break into the Western world or like Europe, these countries, but you not speaking, your first language is not their language, so it's quite challenging. And as an independent artist, is a lot of work to do. I guess even though you're doing something you love, and then every day, and then everyone just kind of jealous of you, oh, amazing, you're doing everything, you're traveling and everything, but it's actually quite a lot of work. So, but on the other hand, there were so many independent, incredible platform like yours, and so why we're doing this because we want to make everything more accessible, helping other independent artists that are having a platform. So right now, so far, that's independent, to me, I can think so far, but I think independence is really, there's so much stuff to talk about.
Okay, amazing. Thank you. Paul, what is independence to you?
So I think for me is seeing self-determination within our own practices culturally and artistically, I think, speaking. So I think in the context of, making music and dance music, one day, I dream of having a whole team of, Aboriginal people doing everything from the A&R and PR and, us all handling all the money that comes through and being able to sustain our communities as well. So, but also I think independently in terms of what the music space brings, I think, making sure that it stays grassroots, everyone has access to the music, and it's, I think, something that everyone should have access to as well. So I think that's how I believe staying independent for myself.
It's kind of determining the terms of your work and your life in your own way and making sure your ethics are sort of reflected.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And I know it's a double-sided coin because we still need to make money to pay bills and
Right.
all
Yeah.
those kind of things, and we want to enrich our lives and be able to do nice things as well. But I think at the end of the day, the importance of what we do in the electronic music space especially is keeping it grassroots. Everyone has access to it. I think it's one of the most accessible styles of music in terms of hip-hop, hip-hop as well, where I think a lot of youth can get really into it.
And revolution, yeah.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. So, so many stories, it's futuristic, it dreams of a different future. I think, that's really powerful, and I think that's what makes it independent. Or what I hope can keep it independent. And all the record labels that I've worked with, they're all independent record labels, which is exciting.
Amazing, yeah. I think it's extremely important to maintain our independence in times like this, especially looking at the dance music scene. For me, I've been a part of it for the past 15 years. and I've slowly seen it get occupied by capitalism and just, you know, just evil people. And I think the independent artists are the ones at the forefront of fighting that and keeping it real and keeping it grassroots and keeping it accessible and keeping it friendly for queer folks and Flinta artists and making sure everyone feels safe and happy. So I'm like super proud of everyone here and thank you for everything you've done for the scene. Yes. Yeah. Okay. We shouldn't clap after every question because that'll take forever. At the end, okay? One big clap. Okay, so moving on to community and ecosystems. I'd like to start with Nessa. How have you built or sustained a community around your work? Is it locally or online? And is there anything you'd like to share about that?
Both of them, locally and online. Because of that platform I mentioned, Deepop Sehran, I'm connect with lots of international artists. First, we invited only local artists, Iranian artists, for 1.5 years, and then I'm starting to searching about another artist who involved in the electronic music scene as a DJ, as a music producer, and invited them from all around the world, especially India and Asia. So I make my own community, an Iranian community, because after this platform, I'm starting organize a public event in Tehran, because in Iran we don't have underground party, we don't have nightlife and club. We have only underground party. This kind of underground party, they are shaping in the house or some buildings out of town.
Like raves, basically?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm first start organize event in public in art gallery, because government give you permission to organize the public event if only 250% coming in your events. In another way, you have to pay lots of money, and you are going to concert category.
Okay.
So with this platform and organize the events, I make my own local community and grow up this electronic music scene in Iran. In online also, I'm connecting with international artists. I'm okay with
Of course, yes. No, thank you. One question, though, I had just randomly. Are there more Flinta artists coming out of Iran these days?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But
amazing.
they are mostly involved to industrial techno. I don't know why.
Like hard techno.
Yeah, hard techno.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or experimental ambience.
Okay. Amazing. That's so happy to hear that. Cloudy. What role do collectives, crews, or informal networks play in your growth?
I don't run a collective, so just me running 2 labels.
I mean, maybe the ones that you have worked with all around the world, the ones you've collaborated or like released with or gone and played for. Do you feel like that community has been integral in your growth as an independent international artist?
That's a really good question. Also a very hard question to answer in a very short time.
Yeah.
But I would say like, moving or playing in between Asia, Europe, and Australia, I learned, like, we often say community, but obviously, like in Australia, we in a privilege. It's a privileged country. And if you talk about music community, we also, like Australia, there's so many different music from, indie or like electronic music. And in electronic music, they also have a lot of different genre in the dance music scene. So yeah, we are in the really nice, like comfortable like music community. But I will like, for example, when I run my own events, I will more focus on like support female or like people of colors or disabled people. There were a lot of like I was really lucky. I run my first event, and then I met so many like disabled, like deaf people, and they use sign language in my party, and that really like think about more than what's safe space. And so I start learning sign language. I'm not very good, but I learned, and so that's how like if they come to the event, I can to be able to say hi to them. Because they need a party too.
Yeah.
Without like using sign language, I wouldn't know they were disabled.
Yeah.
And also people on the wheelchair, and how can you make the venue like accessible?
Accessible, yeah.
And then also like giving the free tickets for the local like Aboriginal people. Like there's many things we can just. There's so many different things too. I mean these people, I would say they have their own community, and all these people like. Made me know that like community is not like you trying to lead anything, being a leader or anything. They grow naturally, and also like for us, we need to listen and then create or like helping and to have more space for these people.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. Great. Paul, so have you ever had to leave a scene or rebuild one from scratch? Has that happened to you?
No, I don't.
No?
I don't think I have.
Random question.
I've floated between scenes. I'm a bit of a, know a few different people from my time, growing up, and yeah, like in Melbourne, I've been living there for like 13 years. So
What has being a part of all these different scenes taught you?
I think what's taught me about like all these different scenes is it's what you're saying about collectives and different communities and crews, and you're part of them for a period, or maybe you stay part of them for longer. But I think there's certain dynamics and certain struggles that each community faces, and certain exciting things as well about each community, which makes everything that they're doing and in everything that they're doing. But I come from like being part of the hip hop scene, like in my like mid early 20s, and very live music centric, and black and brown communities as well. And I think moving away from that into the techno and dance music scene, it's like what Clyde is saying, you start to see the privileged side of things. I think I didn't see that much in the hip hop scene where I was hanging out, and then you see the divide, like the distinction of where the money's at in certain events, and some that don't have the money and they still make it happen. Like, and that's those are the exciting events, I think. And like the nightclubs that we have, people are running on shoestring budgets and they still make, the most exciting events occur, and some of the best people in the community are hanging out there, and that they're part of different walks of life, and but we're all going to these events and thinking about community at the centre of it as well. Not always though, but I think in certain places it's a really important thing.
It is. But like, I'd like to also just bring attention, not too much attention, but just a little bit of attention to the bastardization of the word community, and how, at least in the electronic dance music scene, I've noticed a lot of people use the word community when they are just extracting something from a group of people without necessarily having an equal and opposite exchange with them, or not even opposite, just like an equal give and take. And maybe you can short comments on the bastardization of the word community and what community means to you actually. Are these hard questions?
I'm thinking how to use both.
Do you want to let Cloudy go first?
I want to
Yeah.
ask something. Just like I think what you were just saying is kind of like the one I just answered before. Like, I think community is a very sensitive word to me, so I don't use that very often, and then I don't think that's the word can be promoted in your promotion. But I remember, like, one thing I want to say, like, I remember when I first met you, I remember you were doing some volunteer to some people, like, I don't know if that's the right word. Like, yeah. In the youth press, I'm not sure that's the right word. So when I first met Paul, and then he was doing, I remember you were doing, like, volunteer and then teach, like, kids, like, how to DJ in the youth music classes in the where's the place?
Some like youth prison that exists down in
Yeah,
Melbourne.
so I found that, like, really inspiring. Yeah, so it's really nice, like, people doing that thing, because that's also, I'm not saying that's community, but they were like the people, like, you need to putting attention and then putting effort to support. So I respect that.
Amazing. Yeah.
I think is sharing love. Community is sharing love. Yeah.
Amazing. That's incredible. No, I agree with you. Yeah. Paul, what is community to you?
I think, like, it's a very big question, but also, you know, you can answer it, you know, I'll try to answer it as plainly as possible. But I think, you know, being Aboriginal myself, like, I think community for me is seeing someone, we use the word mob as, like, endearing. So when we see our own people, we, you know, if you're seeing some of your own people at these events, which are typically not accessible for our community, there I am using that word, but I think that's what is community for me, is when I start seeing my people there, and not everyone has that. I think or some people have it to a certain degree, and it's you know, it can feel isolating or whatever. But I think, yeah, for myself, and it's starting to grow a bit more, I think, especially within the dance music space. It's really exciting, I think, and you know, we all come from different parts of the continent as well. So we kind of have, like, you know, there's different age groups that are coming to these, like, club nights, and, you know, we have different jobs, and so, like, our day-to-day life is always going to be different as well, which is kind of funny when we get to link up. It's like, what have you been doing today? Yeah, so it's exciting.
Nice. Yeah. That's incredible. Yeah, I feel like community and, like, these spaces definitely should be more inclusive of people of all ages. Like, I think it's a great party if there's a baby and, like, an older person there, and if everybody feels comfortable. And that's, I think, community as a whole as well, like actual human beings integrating their lives and sharing an experience together and having, like, similar passions and similar purpose and ethics and morals, and, you know, helping each other grow and experience life together.
Yeah, and I think, like, typically in the nightlife, it's like, you know, obviously there's, like, you know, certain age brackets where, like, you can go to the club and you know, you're allowed to get in and all that kind of stuff. So I think you know, dance music for Aboriginal people, we haven't really, especially electronic dance music, hasn't been, like, an accessible thing for all ages. And, you know, so we haven't seen it. You don't see many aunties and uncles there and, like, little kids there, because we're in a nightclub or at a festival where there's alcohol and all that kind of stuff. So it's, you know, in the middle of the night or whatever. So it's such a different environment.
I'm referring to, like, I don't know if you guys know much about the context of where we are in Goa, like the rave scene here and how prolific it used to be. Almost 20 years now, this has been a little bit of, like, a rave mecca for global sort of communities that come through here and rave. So, I mean, now it's kind of become way more like low-key, and they don't happen anymore, the raves, sadly. It's dead, R.I.P. But yeah, we used to have, like, day events, 5-day events, 3-day events on the beach or in a jungle. And I remember being really young and, like, honestly, like, underage as hell while I was at these raves. But it would feel so wholesome to see all these little kids running around with their little earmuff thingies and, you know, having their little sand puddles while the adults were out raving. And then I remember seeing beautiful older women who looked like they were out of a fairy tale or like a witch book or something. And I would look at them and I'd just be like, that's gonna be me, you know? Like when I am 60, I still wanna have the energy and the essence to come to a rave and have a good time. And everybody there felt like they were all there for the right reasons, which was just to like revel in life and celebrate life. And yeah, so homage to the Goan raves and the inclusivity that was present within them, and the communities that came through for those. Yeah, okay, moving on. Nessa, how do you, sorry, how do your cultural, geographical, or political contexts shape the music you make? This is a big one.
So I'm learning to treat the Persian instruments, yeah, and then use them on my tracks.
Mhm.
Involve the Persian instrument in the electronic music. Let me think how to use the word.
No, of course. No, I mean, that's already huge. I think, like, taking traditional instruments and immortalizing them into electronic music is, like, a huge part of,
Yeah.
I think, integrating our culture
Yes.
into
Yes.
something that is quite a Western concept in
Yes.
reality. But, like, doesn't mean that we're not a part of it. It's just
Yeah.
sort of needs to be given a little bit more attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
For
that.
example, I use tombak,
Okay,
one
tumbak.
of the Persian instrument in drum and bass music,
Mhm.
breaks,
Mhm.
and they are opposite of them. Persian instrument is opposite of the drum and bass.
The rhythms are also very different, right? Yeah.
Yeah, tombak is like some. You can say it is a drum,
Mhm.
and also I use that Iranian drums on the Western drums.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm. Nice. Okay. Amazing. Yeah. Cloudy. Have you felt pressure to translate your sound or identity for different audiences or markets? Because you do get to play all around the world. How do you integrate your cultural identity, and do you feel like you need to maybe present a different face in different places so that they can connect to you?
I always consider myself just a background music, so I would think about that sometimes. But I mean, like many times, I would say as an Asian artist, maybe people would be like expecting something from me. But I mean, on my way of thinking, I just rather be
What is the
all-
expectation? Sorry.
many things. Like I don't know what they would expect something, but I mean, I just rather just be honest
Okay.
in my music. And I would say if you want to say like what kind of music I play, I would say like every year I learn different thing from tour, from people I met. So that shaped my music. Yeah, and then I'm just sharing that moment, what I love, to the audience. And if they like it, they enjoyed it. But if they don't like it, but that's just me being honest, and I share what I love to the audience. Yeah.
Okay. Amazing. Paul. What does staying true to your artistic voice look like when you're touring or releasing internationally?
It's kind of hard because, you know, it changes, especially with each release, like kind of what I'm inspired by. So I think trying to stay true is one of them things that kind of like, you know, once you've completed the project or whatever, then you can reflect on whether you've stayed true to something, you know what I mean? So, and I think for myself, artistically, I'm trying to push myself. And I've got people around me that are supportive of me pushing myself to that, and they're you know, creating these pathways to help me get there. So I think, like, you know, going other places around the world, you know, there might be a way to being, you know, some sort of representative from where I am, or so I think for me is like, yeah, that's kind of how I try to stay true. Is if I'm going to be a representative of my people somewhere else, is make sure that I, yeah, give them the best DJ set of you know, that they have ever seen. No, I'm joking.
That is the intention, isn't it?
I want them to remember it forever. No.
Of course. Do we ever really remember our DJ sets?
Hopefully. I mean, I've been recording them now,
Yeah,
so.
recording, that works. Nice.
But yeah, I think for me, like, staying true is like, I don't know, you see, like, I'm doing it now. Like, I like to joke and
Yeah.
bring the humour, so hopefully that's me staying true to myself, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Cool. All right. Now we're going to move on to some more saucy content, but not just yet. Okay. Nessa, we're going to talk about touring, borders, access, visas, all that stuff, fun things. So what are some of the unseen realities of touring as an independent artist, especially across borders and especially coming from a place like Iran?
So as you know, Iranian have a lowest passport in the world.
That's not true.
Yeah,
It is?
yeah,
Lowest.
lowest.
Worse than us, India.
I think yes.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. You have to get a visa just for, I think, you don't need to get a visa just for Turkey. Turkey, Georgia, and I think New Zealand or something like that. Yeah, and Armenia. And you have to apply for the visa for other countries. So I remember when I invited by one organizer party in the Switzerland, it's like 2040, and I rejected for 4 years to get a European visa. So I lost 4 years my career. But before COVID, in 2019, finally I got a German visa, European visa. So, but I think we always lost our time because applying for the visa waste your time because. You have to manage your time, you have to manage your date of your gigs because you have to wait like 1 month, sometimes 2 months for the visa. So I think it's really challenging for Iranian artists first to get a visa to manage your time.
Yeah, I feel you. It's really difficult. Even as a Kashmiri, I've had a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cloudy, how do visas, funding, and institutional access affect who gets seen and heard, in your opinion? Like, so visa, funding, and institutional access, how do you think that affects who gets seen and heard and who doesn't?
It's definitely like if you have more funding that can really push you to help you to go a bit further. And I was lucky enough, like the passports I have, they were pretty privileged. So I don't really have much visa issue to go through. But like if you bring back to before, like, you know, as a female artist, and then, you know, we have also sometimes we have a language barrier. And now like listen to, they will just share like how much time they need to spend to prepare just to go to that place to play a show.
Yeah.
And then also like behind that, like I'm from both Taiwan and Australia, and we have a privilege like that both countries they have a funding for artists, but some of the country they don't even have it. So like to think about all these artists, sometimes when they came to Australia or somewhere, and then they come all the way and then go through all these challenges and then finally play a show in front of you, and I always feel really, really appreciated. Yeah, because I understand that just for a passport, they can make it really different. And I personally haven't got any funding yet, so that's also another, I guess, like new year, new challenging for me. I want to go through that and experience that, and then maybe hopefully in the future bring, like maybe Taiwan and Australia, like both side artists they can work together and do more stuff together.
Amazing. Yeah. We could all use a little bit of funding, isn't it? Paul, have you found alternative touring models that work better than the traditional circuit that as an independent artist? So, I mean, normally how they work, according to my understanding globally, is that you have promoters, you have venues, you have agencies that sort of have their running circuits, and you sort of got to like squish yourself somewhere in there and get bookings in advance. Is that how you operate, or have you developed some sort of alternative method to get your music out there? And do you face any challenges crossing borders?
Like the countries that I've gone to, I haven't faced any challenges crossing borders. But I think in terms of touring overseas is it's a lot of it's relationship based, having a really good booking agent, or being on the ground and just hanging out for a period of time where certain promoters or like parties or festivals will know that you're there, and like they're like, oh, this person's here, you want to do this in the next couple of weeks or next month or whatever. I think can really benefit if you like places like Europe or whatever. So I think. But for me, a lot of the touring stuff that I've done so far is a lot of word of mouth. So people hearing about me and they're like, "Oh, we want to bring you here," and so you kind of start to try and figure out what that looks like, how that's going to happen, and So I think sometimes you got to figure out how long you want to stay somewhere and all those kind of schedule stuff, which is the administration part. But the alternative ways, I guess, another alternative way, I guess, is like, reaching out and just letting them know that you're going to be there in 6 months, which is, probably the most forward planning way, I think, because a lot of festival lineups are released like 6 to 12 months now.
Yeah, they're pretty advanced.
Yeah, and sometimes you miss the boat, and you got to be like, all right, maybe it's happening next year. So, and luckily, I have the privilege to be able to just think about the future in that way.
Okay, great. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is sustainability and survival. Nessa, what actually pays the bills and what doesn't?
I'm working only on music.
So you do just music?
Yeah, just
okay.
music. But not only electronic music. I'm working with some theater, short movies, making music for them. Also touring for the for example, now I have a short India tour. And I'm lucky to work with a booking agency. So I earn money only in music, so that's it. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. And random question, but like your platforms, have you managed to
No,
monetize them?
no,
No?
nothing.
Okay.
Just
Passion.
Pay, yeah, just passion, and also pay everything from myself.
Mm,
Yeah,
that's
for
what's draining.
SoundCloud,
Yeah,
website. Yeah,
Okay.
because I know some platform they get the money from the artist to
Mhm.
publish their podcast or something like that.
Mm,
But we don't do it.
okay. Yeah. Awesome. Cloudy. I feel like you always get the hard questions, okay? So, how do you balance artistic ambition with burnout, care, and longevity?
I don't have I don't have any goal, or I'm not ambitious. So that's why
Yeah, that's why you have two
I just,
record
like, if you-
labels and all of the parties you throw, and no ambition there.
I'm just keep going, and then if you like no one coming, I'm happy to just leave it. Like that's just life. I don't have to chasing anything. If you today I'm like top 10, 100 DJ, what about next year? It's just too hard to tracing all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like now, this is just the stuff I want to do, and then I think if there's like a curiosity or like you still thinking this is fun, I guess this is the thing you can continue to do, to keep going.
Mm.
So like, sometimes I ask myself if I'm not doing this for fun, why I'm doing this. Yeah, so
Makes sense, yeah. And how do
Yeah.
you deal with burnout? Have you ever faced burnout?
I guess, yeah, for sure. But I recently heard my friends say something about like what they think about burnout, and they just say because you didn't get paid enough. If you get 10 grand USD for a show, you never burn out. I'm just like,
You get to get that massage afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
That's true.
pretty good. But I
Yeah.
mean, like, they were just sharing, like, yeah, I guess like all this independent platform we use our time
And money.
and all our money.
Yeah.
The show we got from somewhere,
Yeah.
like DJ play gigs, and then we just pay for the SoundCloud. It's quite expensive. Have to pay SoundCloud and then pay everything. Use our time, and then maybe we don't even have any like volunteer. We're just putting our time to do this.
Yeah.
So that's how I appreciate like many independent labels. They doing so much work, and then just for the passion, and then just for what they love, and then what's the vision they want to share with everyone.
Nice, yeah. Paul, so in terms of sustainability and survival, what compromises have you made, and what are your non-negotiables when it comes to traveling and your artistic career and the longevity of it, and like where do you see it going, and how do you see it getting there in the long term? What are the negotiables and non-negotiables?
I just want to echo what Cloudy was saying, because I think, it's like the non-negotiables is it fun for yourself, and I think like, if you're not going to be enjoying it,
but it's not always fun, like I'm just saying, like sometimes it's real shit. How do you get through that?
yeah, because there's like, obviously the external things that are happening outside of the worlds of music that can, break you down or make you be like, oh, is it all worth it? So, but I think, if you got the passion for this kind of thing, it's just like, you grab it with two hands. So I think, if it's not fun, I think maybe it's just give something else a go. But I think for myself, music's been a passion for as long as I can remember, and I didn't have the articulation to know that this is what I wanted to do until half a decade ago. So
Is it the only thing you do, or do you do other things as well?
I was doing like a bunch of other jobs before. Like I've worked as a youth worker, worked at cafes. Shout out to Sanito. It's a Colombian cafe. If you ever want to go check it out, it's on Gertrude Street in Fitzroy. Sorry, there's a running joke that I always talk about my time there. So
Where is it? What is it called?
Sonido.
Sonido.
Sonido means sound.
Sound. Okay. There's laughter here. I don't get it. It's an inside joke. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Hi everyone, my name is Rouge. I'm one of Paul's best friends
Amazing.
/ family. Paul is prolific in the music community in Melbourne. Like prolific, he's got his hands in everything. He uplifts everyone.
Amazing.
He's got so many projects, but he never names them. As you can tell, he's like really low key. But then he'll name this cafe, and so like he'll have major projects about to be launched internationally. But then he won't mention the names of those, but he will mention the cafe. And so it's a running joke that he should be paid a fee for that. Anyway, that's the joke.
Sweet. Okay, thank you.
Explaining the joke.
Yeah, so every time I say Sunita, I get $100 each time.
Oh, cha-chang, cha-chang, cha-chang. So
Um,
that's how you survive,
that's
right?
how I survive
That's how you
this music
survive
space.
as an artist in today's world. Amazing. Brand partnerships, guys. Brand partnerships.
Yeah, it's bought all the Christmas presents I'm taking home. And, but yeah, seriously, like, yeah, I think the fun aspect and the desire and, you know, lack of a better word, community, I think is important. So I think I've, you know, strayed pretty far from the original question, but Sunita.
Okay, gotcha. Perfect. All right. Okay, let's talk about some frictions and power today in electronic dance music or just music in general. Nessa, hello. Where do you see the power imbalances today in the electronic music ecosystems? What's unfair today in electronic music, not like other things?
I think they are still give more attention to men artists more than female artists
Mm-hmm.
or fluent artists,
Mm-hmm.
especially transgender artists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's not good. And you see in the all the lineup of the festival or gigs, many names of men's, but just one or two names of the female artists. They book them for warm-up music or closing set,
Mm-hmm.
if I didn't wrong.
Mm.
And I think now nothing's changed. Maybe little change, but the power is in with men. And sorry, I don't want to mention, but white people.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm POC people.
People of color. Yeah.
So I'm now living in France and starting my career again there. So I have to learn the language, face to lots of French artists, talk with them, have a connection with them, and but for immigrant artists, you have to make something special for them, you know.
Got to do that extra work a
Yeah,
little bit.
yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. To stand out.
Yeah.
No, I feel you 100%. I 100% resonate with everything you just said. Sadly. But you're right, it is slowly changing, and I see the change, and I feel the change, and we are the change.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cloudy, have you encountered tokenism, gatekeeping, or extractive opportunities, and how did you navigate them? Real talk here.
I guess like I'm trying not to, you know, if you are overthinking or like thinking too much about all this stuff, like I guess I wouldn't really have fun to doing my work. Like I think about this, but I'm not going deeper sometimes just because I would feel slightly better. But I want to they will just share everything about that. Of course, I experienced all this before. But sometimes, like, I think in 2025, because I also meeting more artists all around the world, maybe some South American artists, all these people, they are big name, and also I guess all the people around the world in the Western, English, European, they enjoy their music, they love their music. But I had a conversation with some big names, and I was just sharing I'm going to a festival because I love the curation. And some of the big name artists, they were just like, I don't think I would be able to buy all these tickets. Like, I wouldn't able to be afforded. So I was really surprised because you can also see this name on the big festival. So that really made me think about, like, are these people really get the same amounts of money? They get paid like the same as other artists? So, yeah, so that's...
Yeah, the money disparity is pretty much big.
Yeah. So I guess like I'm definitely know like I sometimes got underpaid
Yeah.
rather
Yeah.
than like
Yeah.
I don't really want to make this all this stuff like like everyone have a different destiny and then everyone some people are lucky, some people are not. But the thing is like in the end like we start all this without making money. Like it's really important to, to helping everyone to get the, treat everyone equally. But again, like, if there's no money and all this stuff, I guess I'm still doing because I love this thing. So it's nothing can stop me to not doing it. And but I also like think that there was some people of color, like artists, I think like they deserve to have more what they deserve.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, no, for sure. Paul, what does allyship or solidarity look like in practice rather than just in language or lip service to you as a, I'm assuming, cis man in this world? As a musician, what is allyship to you and creating a more equitable environment for all genders and races and socioeconomical backgrounds?
I just want to do a shout out to Cloudy actually, because I think what you were talking about, what you do is like allyship in nightlife and clubbing, and so yeah, shout out to what you're doing because I think, you're doing a really good job there.
Can you just always name drop my name? But I can only transfer like 5 on UDH.
As long as you tell Sunito that I'm saying Sunito twice as much now. Give me a bigger pay. No, seriously, go eat at Sunito. I think like, I am a cis man and, being Aboriginal, I think, there's different challenges with being Aboriginal, but I think at the end of the day, I still walk around in a cis male body. It's, there's the privileges that come with it, and I think being able to move through a lot of the music spaces back home quite a bit more fluid. I think, it makes it a bit more simpler for myself. It's like not the, there's still a lot of the way to go. I think in terms of the actual respect that Aboriginal people deserve in the country we're from. But I think in the music space, I'm starting to get to a place where there's, I'm having a bit more of an effect than I did 5 years ago or 10 years ago or whatever. So, it's on me to think about the other people in my community as well, like the, non-binary people, queer people, everyone else that isn't afforded the challenge, the benefits that I'm getting. So I think, a lot of the time when I'm booking a lineup, I try to consider like having, always an Aboriginal person on that, and then everything else that comes with running a music lineup. But yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, So, from your perspective, Nessa, what is unique about building an electronic music practice in Iran? What is unique about it? Like maybe you've probably been all around the world and like absorbed different cultures and different kinds of spaces, and do you want to share something with us about building in Iran? Particularly, you were sharing about the day parties and not having access to club spaces, but is there something maybe in like if we could find a silver lining of some kind and building a space like Iran? Like from my perspective, I would see you as someone doing basically a revolutionary act right now by being a woman or Flinta artist and building something in a space where I'm sure you faced a lot of backlash. But was there any kind of silver lining or something that was special about it to you that you would like to share with us?
For your first question, I think what's make electronic music and party scene in Iran unique is real underground party.
So, like,
Yeah, I feel real underground party in Iran, only just in Iran, because we do this kind of party with lots of bad things, face to bad things, because you have to manage which house is safe, how you organize this party to make safe space for the people, give them more knowledge about the party, how to use the alcohol, because
it's illegal, right?
yeah, in our party we don't sell alcohol. People bring their alcohol. Also, they are buying drugs from the local drug dealers, and they don't know how to use them. So we have to learn them to how to use the drugs, give them more information about these kind of things, because people love doing drugs in the party.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's just a very, of course.
Yeah. And always police come to our party. We always have to
Bribe them?
give them some cash money. Yeah. To give us the space to continue our party. That's, I think, these kind of things make our party very unique in the whole world. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Cool. Sick. Cloudy, you've been throwing parties for quite some time also. Do you want to comment on what a safe space means to you and how do you work towards it in your parties?
I say like safe space doesn't exist, but we can try to
Word.
make it better and then for accessible to everyone. Like as I say before, like for disabled people, and also they were saying that for like helping the drug user, maybe we will have someone to helping guiding them, like
Like a safety team.
Yeah,
of some
safety
sort.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and also, of course, for all this space, like we need to, like let them learn to respect the space, and also the people who come to the party, like everyone, need to be.
Is
You need
there
to respect.
Is there some sort of like communications or trainings you have for, I'm getting technical about it, but like, because we're also obviously all trying to build safe spaces or towards building safe spaces, and in the context of India we have a really long way to go, and it's very systemic and it's a lot to do with all sorts of shit. But what are your practices? Like, what do you do physically?
I guess like I'm not trying to educate everyone, but I think if you people like come to my party, they saw the lineup, they see the lineup, they saw the DJ in the party, and they will learn. They will learn because all the people, their audience, like it just different. You know, it's the people who need a safe space. So if you never experienced that, you come to the party, you saw all this, and then you slowly learn that, like, you know, there was a different thing there. And also another thing is that I personally, I don't really play doof party, only if you like, you know, they can promise me they will securities or they will have like a certain thing to protect the party. Otherwise, I personally, I don't really play. Oh, sorry, doof is like the what we call like illegal party or the event in the forest. These kind of raves. So I personally, I don't really play because I often just say that, yeah, if you want me to play, you have to pay me money because I have to have someone come with me. And then if you can't promise there was someone to taking care of the party, my audience, mostly minority or like female and people of colors, all these people, they come to the party. If you let something happen, they have no way to, you know, ask for help. So back to, like I say, the lineup wise and the also venue, which venue I choose. And I would be like, you know, there would definitely a certain stand, and then I would be trust this place, and then I would join the party. Yeah.
Makes sense. Paul, so how can global and local scenes engage without replicating like extractive models? Do you have any comments on how, I mean, if I were to sit here and tell you you could rewrite how everything is done in, let's say, a party sort of situation or throwing a party, what do you feel could be changed? And what do you feel could create a more nourishing model rather than the extractive model that we are all currently based on? Just like taking someone's culture, or like, for example, you're an Aboriginal, and I'm sure you also are sometimes maybe face tokenization and that sort of, at least I know I have faced it, and I know how that feels as a person when you're called and your art is disregarded, but your identity is prioritized because someone is trying to fit you into a lineup to check off a checklist or whatever, right? Like, how would you feel that would be like a better way to engage for these like global or local or international communities without extracting from us?
I guess I can speak in the context of back home more so, but yeah, like, you know, we've been trying to get more, I guess, using the word diverse in this situation, but Aboriginal people on lineups, and you know, we're at the point where it's like, I think it's going back now, and there's probably lineups now and festivals where they don't even include us. So I think
it is regressing slightly. Like, it was hot for a bit, and then suddenly it's not.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, but also, you know, there's other communities that they're missing out on these like dope experiences and like really incredible artists, and you know, it's audience members that will actually come for different communities as well. I think, and that's kind of what makes certain events not worth participating in or worth participating in, I think. But yeah, I think we're at a point now, I think, book us for our talents as well. I think a lot of us are fresh at what we're doing. We're pushing the envelope forward. We're making, you know, futuristic, game-changing art, and I think that kind of, like ticket box bookings need to go out the window, I believe.
Yeah.
And and I think that's kind of, I think the thing like with that is that the certain events that do occur is like, you know, there's going to be if there's a monetary element to it, it kind of means that only certain people can afford to go and that kind of thing. So, I don't know if I answered that question properly, but
I mean, if you could look a promoter in the face right now and give him a piece of your mind based on maybe any of the extractive experiences you've had, like any kind of feedback or like opinion or just guidelines for sensitivity towards people like us, like when booking us, what would that be?
Well, sometimes it's not just a straight up one conversation. I think those kinds of things are people in those positions, they're not going to see it until they actually see it, and some of them have never felt it. So
I mean, the oppressed are the only ones that know what it feels like to be oppressed, right? Like the ones that have never been oppressed will never even understand what it means to be oppressed.
yeah, I guess, yeah, I think so. And yeah, I think in terms of in the promoter sense, like, you know, someone that's gone to private school and privileged upbringing definitely hasn't experienced anything else that someone in a minority group has felt, for sure. But I think in the sense of, like, if I was going to speak to a promoter right now who can make like something happen, I want to take them on a journey. I think that's the important part. They need to, you know, I want to make them understand that this relationship isn't a one-way street, it's a two-way street, and that if we're going to be working together, it's like, I think they need to, yeah, come correct, I think. And also, yeah, it's like a back and forth relationship. But also there are some relationships within festivals or promoters that I've probably only ever met them once, and I'll probably only ever meet them once. And then, yeah, I think I've spoken about that for a little while, but I think that's all I've got to say on that.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. No worries. All right, so we're about wrapping up soon. This is the last round of questions, and then we will open it up to everybody else here. In a more positive note, looking forward, and so Nessa, what models or collective, financial, or artistic models give you hope? Anything out there right now?
Some collective, they are working with Swana artists. Swana is like South Africa,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asia.
Mhm.
Yeah. This collective, I'm also working with one of them. They really helped me to make my career when I leave my country. I think this kind of collective, for me, very give me hope for my future,
Mm-hmm.
because most of the booking agents or collective wants to work with the big names now, because they want to sell the tickets and make their party or festival to come, more people come to their party and festival. So, but this kind of collective help another artist. They are not big name, they are not part of Western country, and they show these artists and they works to other people and promoters and bookers. I
Amazing.
think it's very helpful
Yeah, definitely.
and give us hope.
Hope. We all need that. Cloudy, if you were starting out today, what would you do differently now, knowing everything that you know?
You mean like start fresh again,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah. If you-
repress the?
She just rolled her eyes at me. She's like, why me? These questions. Anything. If you could tell young Cloudy Koo some advice today.
Just for fun, I guess. Just do it. I
Just
would
do
say
it.
just like just do it, and then just
No, I
Yeah.
remember when we were having that chat
Yeah.
outside that park in
Asia
and-
Toba.
Yeah, and I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't
Oh.
want to la 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 la.
Oh yeah.
And you were very motivational. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I guess like yeah, you can just think about like if you think like you're struggling and then like you can't break into anything. I guess you can just start and make your, create your own culture, create your own trend. Yeah, and also I would say that like, sometimes like successful is not coming like really like loud. sometimes they come really quiet and peacefully, and then you know like your inner self like slowly growing, and that I think that's a very important part. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. Paul, last question. What responsibility do established independent artists have towards the emerging scenes?
I think like uplifting at every chance, and you know, I think as DJs, like it's a like we enjoy finding new music and you know pushing what's coming up next, or I think as well. But I think yeah, definitely established artists, you know, have a role to play because they were once where an emerging artist was as well. Yeah.
Sharing opportunity, connecting people.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
you know, there's cases of you know artists that I know that they personally pick out people in each city, but they do a lot of their own research, and I think that's something that I think is kind of rare. I think, especially once you get to a certain level.
You don't have time. Some people don't have time.
Or I don't know if it's about time. I think it's like maybe they're just caught up in doing other stuff that's like they kind of are far removed from that process. And I think the spaces I'm assuming all of us are in, we try to make sure we know who's doing the cool things that we like doing, and you know pushing everything forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys for such a colorful conversation. It was amazing. Thank you all for listening, and hope you had a good time. For the next 15 or 20 minutes, we're going to open the floor up to anybody who has any questions for these incredible artists here. You just put your hand up and I'll come and give you the mic. No, I'll come. I like to walk. I've been sitting for so long.
So, good evening, everyone. I have a question for you, Nessa. So, Iran has gone through like so many changes, from like the Shah's rule to now, like being able to listen to music.
Can you
Sorry?
I can't hear your voice.
Oh, because the speakers.
Do I not use the mic?
Yeah.
Okay, so Iran has gone through like many changes from the Shah's time to now, like being able to listen to music and being able to perform
Yeah.
music. So has that impacted your music like in any way? How has it impacted?
So I think in the Shah regime, not Shah regime, in the in that time, Shah was in Iran. We have a great music scene, especially for disco. And after that, the regime changed everything. But now, after women life freedom, I think women change something, especially in Iran, especially about the hijab, and after that about the music. Now you can feel the music in whole city. We have lots of concerts, and DJs play music in cafe, restaurants, but still women can sing in Iran. Yeah. But I think now is better and getting better and better. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not living in Iran anymore since 2 years ago because I have political issue. I came back to my country, but I heard about many good things in Iran from my friends, and many female DJs involved in the electronic music scene, and I think it's so good. Yeah.
Any other questions? Does someone want to? Yeah, please hand the mic over.
Yeah, hi, hello. This is generally for all three of you, and in my understanding, I want to know at what point in your set does do you figure that the whole crowd starts behaving like a single organism? Is there anything like that? What point does that happen? From a room full of, for example, just people, it becomes. Do you plan it out, or is it just biological or organic as you go through with it?
Does someone want to take that?
I think for me is, different contexts is like, if I see a group of my friends there and they're all dancing together, having a fun time, that's when I know it's locked in and everyone's kind of, and for me, when I'm starting my own sets, it's like, it takes me about a half an hour before I really have settled in and you've kind of created some sort of arc for the story of, of the set. So I do love when that happens, like when everyone becomes one large or moving organism. That's a cool way to describe it. Because, it's kind of like everything, you let loose, you kind of forget the troubles of the world. You're just all there in one place, and it's actually really beautiful. Yeah. So I think about half an hour in for me.
That's a really good answer, like I have to say.
Yeah.
It's completely accurate as well. Like half an hour is the exact time it takes.
That's I think half an hour for anything. Just use that for everything.
Love it.
So do you plan it out, or do you, in the beginning when you're constructing your repertoire or whatever, do you plan it out that this is how I'll start off and this is where I'll peak or whatever?
Yeah, a lot more lately I've been doing that. I try to practice the first 20 minutes of a set so I can just know how each relationship between each song meets and ends. A lot of my DJ sets is I'm blending for minutes. I'll be doing 2 to 3 minute blends of a track sometimes, so you can kind of feel the shift in energy sometimes. Yeah.
Thanks.
No worries. Okay, can you pass the mic, please?
I just want to know how you can take your field of works forward. In a sense, you're a good electronic artist or DJs, or you're a pioneer in Tehran with being a first female DJ and all. I just want to know now in the current technology era, are you all using AI to improve your work? Do you all use or?
No.
No.
I mean,
that's good answer because you want to keep it really real and natural, and you don't want computers in the world, but computer is aiding everything right now. There's a good and bad side to it. So, how do you? Give me your opinion, your perspectives on it.
I date AI. I don't use them to make music. I have a relationship with AI. Yeah, but I don't use that for making music. But you definitely can learn different things from AI. Yeah, you can learn from that, but I don't. It's it's nothing wrong or nothing bad. It's just a different generation with the different technologies, and I think there's so much stuff to learn, and that's it. Yeah, I think at least if this is real for you, and that's the most important thing, I guess.
I have a little comment on AI, if you would care to know. So I think that it's a very normal part of the evolution of music making, and how acoustic music. Okay, let's start with cave people, and they were drumming on rocks and whatever, and that was how they raved and made music. And then probably when the instruments were made, all the cave people were like, "Fuck you guys! Why are you playing on instruments? It's not real. The rocks are real." And then the acoustic musicians are now blaming the electronic musicians because we just turn knobs and software shit like Ableton. I'm not saying it's AI, but it feels a little alien to me sometimes, doesn't it? Yeah. Or whatever, Cubase.
new version, yes.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird generative stuff happening there as well that we could easily prescribe to computer assisted music making. And the acoustic musicians are shaming the electronic musicians, and now the electronic musicians are shaming the AI musicians, and it's just a cycle of shame, and I don't think any of it matters as long as you're having fun. And your music. What is that? Sorry. Okay, that's my 2 words or whatever. Is there
Thank
any more
you.
questions?
Yeah, thanks.
Uh, I just wanted to say that so everybody's like a DJ now, and yeah, no, but like the what I mean to say is, how do you kind of find that balance between being inclusive and at the same time also saying that maybe this person isn't really a good DJ or is a good DJ, and like I mean, I feel like a lot of people get booked not like because their music is great, but because like identity or whatever, or even not just identity like characteristically, but more like followers, influencers, that sort of scene. I hope you didn't cover that in the.
No, but what's your question?
My question is like, how do you, since you guys are people who have spaces and parties and stuff like that, when you are booking DJs, what's your sort of balance between saying that I'm booking this person because they're a good DJ, or I'm booking this person because they have a certain following, and sort of kind of having that.
I guess like it's really interesting because you asked this question because my first event, the Her event, the Taipei launch party, I actually like booked some people they not DJ, and I told them how to DJ because I just really like sick of like people like the thing you just say before, like the AI thing, like. Also, like some people would blend, some people use digital. You can always read a comment just like, oh, I don't think they can play vinyl or something. I told a group of people like they also like creative, like doing creative stuff, and I told them how to DJ, and they made their own like track list, and then they came to and then they play the set, and I think that's what made us different than AI because they have a relationship with the tracks. They have a story behind. So that made us different than AI. And I think that's a really important thing. So to make us different. And so like good DJ and bad DJ, I think that's not really a thing to me because I think the technique part is not hard to learn. But like the thing is like people like, good DJ or bad DJ just like you like it or you don't like it. So at least if you don't have a good time, and that's really the most important thing. Yeah, the skill is not so important. I mean, there's a decent like you still need to care about it, but it's not so important to me. Yeah.
Any more comments on influencer DJs?
No, I'll get myself cancelled. Nah, I'm joking.
Okay. Next question. Does anyone else have any questions they'd like to ask? No? We're good? Yeah? Wait, oh, do we have a question?
When you were talking about when you were talking about teaching the other people who are the new people who are up to the EDM and all, you said about showing them how to use drugs and all. How would you go about that?
Can you ask it one more time?
Yeah,
I
can
think
you
he
put
was-
your microphone a bit close to.
I think he was talking about the drug use and safety and how do we help that in a tangible sense?
Yeah, like the harm minimization.
Yeah, the harm reduction stuff, yeah.
To when people want to drink or take drugs, how do you minimize harm in your parties?
Yeah? Do you have an answer? It is such a difficult question.
Yeah, we give people some paper. We
Testing.
mention these drugs you have to use like this and that, and for this drug drugs you have to drink more water, not drink alcohol. Yeah, it's we are searching on internet and make it as a paper and print it and give it to the people in our party. Yeah.
I mean,
And I think in also I saw these kind of things in Paris too. When you want to go to the party, in entrance of the party, they give you some brochure. Yeah.
I don't know, just a little answer to your question. I don't know if you've been to the Magnetic Fields Festival in India. just they used to have this thing called the Tattva Foundation, which basically was they would have a bunch of volunteers who would come to the festival with the particular like mission to be around on the dance floors and also present in the Tattva tent. So everybody was told, like obviously there's going to be a lot of drug use and stuff like that, but everyone was told if you're feeling uncomfortable in any way, or if you're having a bad trip, or even if your friend is having a bad trip, you can take them to that space where there is like warm light, water, food, emergency medical attention, you know, safety, psychotherapists, all sorts of trained professionals who will help you come back to safety. And if there is actual medical emergency, get you the required medical attention. So, I mean, it's more applicable in like a larger scale of things, because you can have many volunteers come in and you can invest the resources that is needed to make it like a safer sort of situation. But I think in smaller scales, you can maybe as a safety practitioner learn certain trainings from certain therapists or certain organizations that are geared towards like harm reduction and stuff like that. So I think some of that stuff has also happened in India, and I've also experienced it at different places around the world. Yeah. Any more questions? Yeah?
Is it on? Yeah. I would like to know, what are you listening to right now so that I can write it down and then I can listen to it? What are you enjoying listening to?
In the morning, I'm listening to classic music. I find one application. They are sharing new albums from the classic artists. Yeah.
What is it called?
I
got you.
Yeah. IDAGIO.
IDAGIO.
Yeah, it's a really great application for classic music.
Cloudy?
It's too much going on in my playlist. You go first.
It depends what genre, I guess, for me. But like, yeah, I've been starting my mornings with some like kind of calm meditation type music, just because, you know, yeah, the hustle and bustle of a big city, like in Melbourne. So I try to like, you know, de-stress in the morning, and then I work my way up to like something else. But
we're looking for artist recommendations.
Oh, artist recommendations. YouTube calming music for 4 hours. No. There's this guy called Takashi Kokubo. Do you know him? Japanese, yeah. And then Kokoroko, I've been really loving. They're from the UK.
Just say it, Cloudy.
Do you want to? If you don't have
It's really
to, I guess.
hard question for the DJs. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, check our music.
Aye.
This people
Cloudy
on the stage.
Koo, Nessa.
Take a picture and search on SoundCloud.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
You-
Apple Music, SoundCloud, YouTube.
Not the
Yeah, you will find something. Huh?
Not the Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gatekeeping our track IDs here. Jokes. Nah, but yeah, if you want to hear more, I can tell you what else I like.
Yeah, just send a message, because this is really a difficult question. But listen to our set, really, like, because that's the music we're listening, like the music we love and we share in our DJ set. He's playing tomorrow. Come tomorrow.
Playing on Saturday.
Yeah.
Playing tonight.
You're playing tonight?
Yeah. So this weekend.
Heavy
we're
hitters.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got your soundtrack sorted, so yeah.
You have to have Shazam on your phone. Any more questions, guys? No? Okay, I think we're done. Thank you so much. Thank you for being such a lovely audience. Thank you guys for your time and energy. Have a good day, everyone.